Hello and welcome to Kump. It's a big week out there. It's a popular revolution in the world. A financial popular revolution. If it's all to be sure. Yeah. Okay. That's what we're going to go with. That's fine. Did it seem weird to me that Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, is on the side of the people? Not at all. Doesn't seem weird at all. I have famously, had a vendetta against Elon Musk ever since he tried to get that rescue crew who was saving the kids from the cave to use his strange kid retrieving submarine that he has for some reason. And they said, well, no, we can't use that. Thank you, Mr. Musk, but we cannot use your experimental submarine. We would just, if something went wrong, we how could we explain that? That we used a bizarre, eccentric billionaire's bespoke child retrieving submarine, and it all went wrong. We couldn't. And he proceeded to... did he call them pedophiles? Maybe, I don't know if he did.
The person who ultimately did lead the effort to get them out, he low-key accused of being a pedophile.
Right, yeah. He was a pedophile because that guy's a pedophile because he don't have a child-retrieving submarine.
Totally not the kind of thing a ultra-rich pedophile would have.
Yeah. No, that's the kind of thing that you buy when you're not a pedophile. And that anyone who doesn't have that is a pedophile. It's to call it project. It just feels too.
It's not child trapping. It's child retrieving.
Grabbing. It's child grabbing. Look, grabbing a child is different from taking a child. It has a claw. So what? So what? No, but look. He's on the side of the peasants, and it's fine. It all makes sense. This is all going to go on. This is going to bring down Wall Street. I'm in. I'm not questioning it like I normally do. I'm not going to be the party pooper. In fact, full disclosure, I'm in, baby. I have bought shares in GameStop. I'm not giving advice to anyone, but I have. I am now on the moon ride, the ride that goes to the moon.
GameStop?
No, I'm sorry. What's the one I bought?
AMC.
AMC, the place where my favorite hat as a child. I had a Superman hat that I loved. That was it fell off my head during a movie, and I picked it up off the floor, and it was just covered in red slime. It was a white hat. Ruined. To be fair, that might have been a Regal or National Amusements Theater. I don't know. But the point is, I now own it. I own the company. So yeah, I'm in. I'm in, baby. Lucie, on the other hand, didn't just buy AMC. How do I put this? You were full-on red-pilled by Wall Street bets.
Look, I don't know if red-pilled is necessarily the right term for it. But look, if going to the moon makes me a men's rights activist, then slap a penis on me.
Here's the thing I don't understand, by the way. Sidebar. I didn't even think about what you just said. If you slapped you with a penis, you're a man. It makes you a men's. Okay, that's fine. But this to the moon thing. I don't think Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, any of those guys, made a lot of money. I don't know if that matters. I don't think NASA made a ton of money. I mean, there was financial benefits of going to the... This is me, again, being the... No, you're right, to the moon.
We're not talking about a bunch of smooth-brained astronauts, babe.
Right.
We're talking about smart people.
Smart people. Is this all just part of a marketing scheme for SpaceX? Elon Musk's company? I mean, am I the first person to point that out? That this guy wants to just be in space and bring people to space, and he supports the to the moon.
I think he did offer to put a GameStop logo on one of his rockets.
No, he's with the people. He's all about it. This is nouveau rich. This is it's fine. And the Dodge Durango coin or whatever it's called.
Oh, Dogecoin. Yeah.
Yeah, but you were sorry, but yeah, to elaborate, you were red pilled by this community. I bought this stock under not the rest, but Tim kept calling me, going, you got to hold the line. I had to get in. So I'm holding the line. But you caught a whiff of this, and you told me you were going downstairs to go write a screenplay, and it turns out you spent the better part of an afternoon just deep diving into the holes of Reddit.
I had to know. I didn't want to look. I had to know. Do I put my life savings in AMC or should it go to Nokia? These are big decisions.
You put a considerable amount of your financial livelihood in much more than I thought was prudent. That's fine. When I asked you, and look, not that I wasn't trying to mansplain it to you, but I have concerns. Like, when do we, price out? When do we, bow out of this? Like, how does this work? If and you said, what do you mean? How do you, at what point do we sell? Why would we sell? I love AMC. It's a valuable company. You've somehow you've been red pilled by AMC.
What is the price what's the price to withdraw from the fight of saving the movies? Can you put a price on that?
Which movies? The Velvet Buzzsaw that we watched last night?
That was terrible.
I haven't seen a good movie since Avengers Endgame in the theaters. Did we see anything good? Did we see a bunch of clunkers and now we're trying to save this? And then,
I think we saw Endgame a second time at one point.
Does
that count?
I mean, look, we like movies. I'm a film boy. That being said, and look, I'm all for saving AMC. I'm also for making some money. So I was a little concerned when you seemed to go, why would we ever sell? This stock will stay. But that's fine.
When it's really going to pop up is when AMC partners with Wall Street Bets to become a giant, their main location, and you just throw stocks up on the screen and people smoke and they bet on stocks.
Sure.
That's when AMC is going to pop off.
To be fair, to the best of my knowledge, I think I understand what's going on. AMC cashed in its a stock thing where it got a much needed, capital infusion, cashing in the stock. We're all saying it's going to go crazy. People are saying it's going to go crazy on Monday. AMC on Friday is like, yeah, we don't think so. Thank you, but no, we're going to cash on now. That sounds great. Good luck with that. We're taking the money now. Good luck with our company.
It's possible I've made a terrible mistake.
Hey, look, I'm in it with you. Elizabeth Warren is just the worst again. What we famously, I guess not famously, we talked about it on the podcast. I'm starting to use famously too liberally. Look, I famously love gyros. No, it's something I like. We inadvertently went to an Elizabeth Warren watch party for the debates back in the Democratic debates, and these people were all in the CIA. It was at a bar around the corner.
It felt like watching one of those experimental pieces of theater,
right? Where
you go to an actual place to watch it. Like you go to a coffee shop to watch this experimental group do theater.
It's like that Nathan For You episode with the restaurant. And everyone's in the restaurant. You're in the restaurant with the people.
Yeah. And they come in and they go, "Hi, Mary. Aren't you so excited for this great opportunity?" She's like, "I'm
to support
so
Elizabeth Warren, our savior, and also, not a liar." Everyone. It seemed like we stumbled into a CIA meeting, and they thought we'd leave, and we just never did. So they had to, for 2 hours, pretend they were a watch party. They were gonna go break Bernie's legs, but they couldn't coordinate the plan because we were there.
And then they'd randomly cheer for other. They'd be like, "Yeah, Bloomberg, go King!"
Yeah,
like it's just like it was such a strange.
Oh yeah, their number 2 was Bloomberg
or something, or maybe I don't know. Maybe it was Klobuchar or something. But they were just like, no, it's very strange.
We were in the belly of the beast, but look, it didn't work out. She backstabbed Bernie. However you feel about Bernie, she definitely backstabbed him. And now she's somehow pissing off both sides of the fence on this whole AMC GameStop thing. She's saying that, look, what these Redditors are doing is it's not good for the market and it might hurt the people. Which it might hurt some people. This is America. You're gonna get hurt. All right, that should be on the fucking Statue of Liberty. Just like you're gonna get at least a little bit hurt. This ain't gonna go down easy. This is like best case. It's like a porn where it hurts for a while and then at one point just randomly great. It's like ow, ow, ow. They cut the cameras. They hide the cut. It's like Hitchcock's rope, where like as they're panning across the bleeding asshole, they seamlessly hide the transition, and all of a sudden the woman's just, this is great anal sex. But that was too much of a metaphor, probably. But no, my point is, look, pensions, this and that. Yeah, sure. These short squeezes. Wait, what? Hero? That's my point. Where no one's a hero. Stop believing we're not. This isn't Trading Places at the end with the two older, the Mortimer and the Lionel, whatever their names were. Did anyone understand that movie at the end? I understand how they made the guys lose money. I don't know how they made money, or vice versa. I haven't watched it in a long time. But like one of the most complex financial films of all time is Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd's famous vehicle for comedy, Trading Places. And then the guy gets fucked by a gorilla. Remember that?
Oh yeah, I remember Trading Places.
That was the principal from Breakfast Club, I think, who got fucked by the gorilla.
Oh.
Yeah, he got stuck. They put him in a gorilla costume, and then another gorilla was in there with him, and gorilla's gonna fuck. I guess, according to the movie.
By the way, that bleeding asshole scene that is a microcosm of America.
Yeah.
Soon to be brought to you by Dogecoin.
Yeah, I don't even know. The only reason this is like legal, any of this, is because everyone's admitting it's a scam, which I love. I mean, you can't not admire it.
Yeah.
I just look, and here's the thing. I get that part of it's like to the moon, and we all know. I think part of it is we're supposed to all just be on the same page, going like, we're all fucked. Like America's dead. Like this country's going to hell.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't. There's a certain cynicism for me, even of like, so we're gonna pretend we think we're heroes, even though we're just, I don't know, we're just nihil. It's just Nietzsche would just be confused. The famous nihilist, and he would just be like, "This isn't what I meant." This is, what are you doing? Why? Why any of this? Why?
Tone it down.
Tone it down. But yeah, look, we're all heroes. I wish we weren't on YouTube right now so I could play Bowie's Heroes and talk about how we're all just, oh no, yeah, girl. And we're just, buying Dogecoin. Just the imaginary currency that goes up in value because we all, I don't know. I don't get the narrative. I just don't. I mean, I'm for it. It's just all so next level cynical.
Right.
This is how they're going to look. There is no more looking to Rome. At what point did we stop having to look to the fall of the Roman Empire? It happened in the past decade where it stopped being like, well, if you look at Rome, because it used to be the whole thing. That was like this whole country was built by the founding fathers. On slavery, but also on this idea that, well, Rome was a democracy or whatever, and it fell. So maybe we should try to, put some measures in all these checks and balances. It's also like it doesn't collapse. Like Greece, I think Greece got conquered, but like Rome just kind of devolved into a tyranny, a corrupt republic, and then a tyranny. And you used to be growing up that you'd hear, eggheads, not like, not Corey Feldman, but smart people would just kind of like bring that up, like, oh, Rome. I feel like no one does that anymore because we're just so much worse already. Like, yeah, they had lions eating people, but this is worse. This is just garish and just grotesque. So yeah, I mean, I'm all for To the Moon. That's my point. Hold the line. You're my son. Let's quote another, Mel Gibson movie, The Patriot. It's Hold the Line from Braveheart. It has to be, right?
Is it?
I mean, all the Braveheart memes. Yeah, it's like hold the line, and they got the spears, right? And then that's the thing. Because remember, like that great scene. Braveheart's a great movie. Not as good if you watch it though. Not as good as you remember, probably. The older you get, the more you realize Mel Gibson was. He ain't Kubrick. Whatever. I mean, he's fine, but like it's a little. And The Patriot is the worst movie in the world. What was my point? Oh no, but but it's a cool movie. It's a cool movie, and there's a scene where they're all like just getting charged at by the cavalry, and at the last minute, hold the line, and they pull the spears up. I think that's what they're referencing.
Oh, okay. Because I know I've also seen a variation that's hold the door. That's from Game of Thrones.
Hold the door?
I thought it was a derivative of that.
Nothing to do with this though.
Well, there's memes of Hodor.
A big mentally compromised deaf kid.
Well, that's probably more accurate.
Yeah, hold the door. Yeah. That really is a great point. It should be hold the door. Just confusion. We're gonna live the rest of our lives mentally hobbled. Bunch of zombies. Elizabeth Warren coming after us.
Yeah.
No, I think that tracks.
Yeah.
Apparently, did I finish that mental point? Oh, but yeah. So can we use that? Can we pull that drop for the Patreon at least? We can't play these clips on YouTube because YouTube doesn't want anyone to know what Mel Gibson used to do.
Right.
It's just Google is in cahoots with Mel Gibson. But there's a great scene, not a great scene, but it's an idiotic scene, but a famous scene from Patriot, which is a Revolutionary War Braveheart. And Heath Ledger, the dead Joker, the crass. I'm sorry, but I'm not a child. You're my child. And I want that to be the thing for Dogecoin, maybe. That
could work.
I mean,
I can see that. Taking off.
Lucie's bringing up like stocks. She's like naked, and the other one's naked, and I'm like, I mean, Nokia,
naked, BB.
Yeah, okay. But too many. But I'm like, you mean Nokia? Because they famously, the other one was Nokia and BlackBerry. Oh, BB is BlackBerry?
Yeah, BlackBerry.
Okay. But like, I mean, I guess I mansplained to you because I was like, well, no, you mean Nokia, no, you girl. But no, apparently, like if you go deep enough on this subreddit, they're just bringing up naked. Naked
is the Nokia for the ladies.
Which is... I don't know what's going on with Nokia. I'm not hearing much. I don't know much here. To be fair, this is all based on how crazy we're all going to get together. If we're all just going to kind of, and look, based on the past few years on both sides of it, the whole country, I think we might get a little crazy. So I'm into it. I mean, let's see what happens. I
mean, not that I don't want to give anyone any ideas, but I kind of think it might already be happening. But it's like, I feel like one of the best ways to like cut the legs out from underneath this, if you're like, if you're acting
ban.
If you're acting on behalf of the short sellers, is to just
why would you give people this information?
You're right. I should shut my mouth.
The people, the men,
so bad.
The men with their hands on the levers of the financial industry. Steve Cohen, the owner of the Mets, took himself off Twitter for a while because of all the death threats. The men who run this country, and I say men, the men who run this country behind the curtains with the smoke and the whatever they're afraid. Don't. Let's not confuse. We're going to the moon. We're with you.
Yes, we're with you.
You keep that thought to yourself.
Okay. You shut your goddamn mouth.
You'll ruin us.
The mouth of a woman is a deep pit.
Lady Macbeth. Yeah. What is that? What are you quoting? Is it deep pit?
I'm not even sure. I know I heard it somewhere.
The mouth of a woman is a deep... Is that porn? Is that the Bang Bros slogan? The mouth of a woman is a deep... We're going to pull that. That's going to be our when you first come to the Patreon page, usually people, it's like, hi, welcome to our Patreon. Thanks for donating. Ours is going to be, the mouth of a woman's a deep pit. And it comes to me, welcome to Kump. But it's great. I mean, these guys, I don't know. They're all great people on this subreddit, I'm sure. You were telling me they were just because again, you spent 18 hours in a straight reading, learning. How much about stuff did you like? How much investing had you done before this?
None.
Right.
Other than having like a very basic like Roth IRA in the past, having like
right. When I asked you, because I'm not an expert, but I asked you, oh yeah, like in a way of like, I kind of knew at one point, what is a Roth IRA again? You go, oh, I don't know.
Well, look, I kind of know. I know.
Don't say like I had a Roth IRA. Like unless you can explain what a Roth. Just say you had a retirement fund from work. I had a Roth IRA.
Well, look, it's commonly known to be like a pretty reliable way of investing your money. I'm a pretty smart guy when it comes to economics for an idiot. For someone who makes no money and doesn't do anything. I'm pretty knowledgeable, and I don't know what it is. So I mean, like, I'm sure it's a thing. Yeah, you are. Look, I would say you're more educated than the average person on this stuff.
Sure.
This is not your year, Ray. This is my year.
Right. This is
this is the year of the idiot.
I'm cucking my way to the moon. I'm gonna be dragged, not kicking and screaming, because I'm on the side of the angels here. Much like, for instance, an angel, Jordan Belfort, which apparently you were telling me.
Good man.
The subreddit was very happy to have Jordan Belfort, the Wolf of Wall Street, on the side of the angels. A man
as he always has been.
He said he thought it's great that they're sticking it to the hedge funds.
Yeah, he did. He said something like
that. The man who sold fake stocks.
Yes.
and literally smuggled it to the money to Sweden, and just didn't just pumped him up with cocaine and Quaaludes. Crashed, would just drive on Quaaludes and crash his car into children. Probably. Who knows? Was that slander? I mean, I'm just going based on the movie. In the movie, he blacks out, thinking, and apparently he crashed his car into a tree. A child could easily be under that car.
Yes. Oh, yeah, of course.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I famously crashed, not drunk, but I crashed into 2 federal agents once, so I'm not judging too hard.
He snorts coke out of a pillow in that movie, then punches his wife.
He does punch his wife, right? Yeah, but he's a good guy, apparently.
Great guy.
Yeah, great guy.
Great guy.
It's fine. I mean, Elon Musk it's all nothing is real anymore, and I like that. But you're still supposed to look. No, don't hate anyone. Don't make one feel bad. But the level, the combinations of whatever you want to call cancel culture, where you're not allowed to call it that anymore, even though everyone yells cancel, but it's fine. But that combined with oh yeah, and every institution you ever believed in is fake.
Right.
It's great. I mean, no, you could from Wall Street collapsing under the weight of Reddit to you could just storm the Capitol if you want. No one's gonna stop you. Right. The cops don't do anything. It's all right. It's wonderful. Look, just enjoy it. That's the thing. That's the only thing is that the people who want to just kind of enjoy the surrealness of it, they get labeled as kind of fascists on some level. Not directly. Maybe they're not fascist target number one.
Right.
But there is a thing of if you're just kind of a moderate centrist or whatever, who's kind of just laughing at both sides, which is, look, I get it. Don't shoot people. I think people mean well, is my point. I mean, I'm just saying, I think people on both sides know, only Elizabeth Warren knows she's evil. The rest of them all think they do. But, I'm just saying, it's so strange that, of all the times to not just be a disinterested observer, this is the time when it's just, I guess I goes with the territory.
Yeah.
It's so hard to, for me to, go, well, this is also, why don't we just all kind of hash it out. Like, stop, no, pick a side.
Right.
Go to the moon, or you're going to get your family. We're going to come and get your family, put them in a big box full of knives, shake up the box, see if they That's actually, I should make a horror movie like that. You like horror movies. Think about that visual I just gave you. I put your kids in a box full of knives, and I shake up the box.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's gnarly.
Yeah, right? Probably wouldn't kill him, though, because,
you wouldn't have to show it. You just have to know what's in there and then see him shaking the box. Yeah. And that would be creepy.
Yeah, right? Oh, Box Man. Or, no.
Box
Boy. What do you? That sounds really great. What do you call it? Box Boy. What's in the box? I mean, that would be a play. We wouldn't be the first person to film to garishly rip off another film's great line for his title. What's in the box?
Right.
But that'd be a great poster for the movie. It just says "What's in the box," and he goes, but then on the bottom of the poster just knives, knives and children,
knives and a baby,
3 knives and a baby. This is look, Alon. If you're gonna be on our side anyway, how about you invest in this movie, Mr. Musk? Mr. Musk, we're all on the same team now. Please make this movie with me.
If you truly want to prove you're a man of the people.
The richest man in the world could easily afford to make a film like this. All right. Well, that was... Yeah. So, next week, we might be on the moon.
We might.
I don't think I can even joke about, killing myself. Can you? Yeah, I did last week. I guess I blew.
This is where you're gonna draw the line.
I guess I blew the wad though. It's no point making the joke anymore. Can I talk about suicide? Yes, so constantly. It's all you do. I probably for someone who's like completely unsuicidal, that pool of people, I talk about suicide the most. I think. Yeah. It's because I really would never just blatant curiosity for like maybe it gets worse. I wouldn't kill myself.
It's the most compelling thing in the world to think about.
Yeah, right?
If you're not suicidal. Like I said, especially if you're not suicidal.
Yeah.
Because you're like, what if I did that?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. All right, the whole call, what is it, French call it the call of the void or whatever? Call of the...
Yeah, the call of the void.
Yeah, it probably sounds better in French. Maybe not. It's just the word popcorn. What's the word? What is popcorn in French? Is this going anywhere? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm saying like maybe like I'm picturing some great eloquent thing, but maybe like it's like a one word thing. It just sounds like sludge. I don't know.
Yeah.
The word. I mean, sometimes you get that. Sometimes there's things like, what does this word mean in French? And it's like, it means I'd be like, oh, what is this word? And like, oh, that's the word we use for when you look at the L train, what's the train? The J train coming towards you, and you think out of curiosity about jumping in front of it. Oh, you have a word for that? Yeah.
Yeah, it is probably not even as poetic as Call of the Void in French. It probably literally translates to like, dead me likey.
Yeah. I jump train now. Yeah, but there is a thing. There's this thing of like, what if I just jumped? Like, I'm not depressed. What if I just ended it because I'm in so much pain? What if I put a stop to this unbearable depression I have by just, killing myself with a gun? What? The call of the void. Yeah. Why am I talking about this? I don't know.
You were going to threaten to kill yourself if Elon Musk doesn't make your movie?
Basically.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even think that was what I was going to say, but that wraps it up. I endorse that.
It's not something you wouldn't say.
Sure. If you, I mean, if they said that's what I said before I killed someone, like if I was to be in a interrogation room with the cops and I blacked out, unfortunately, and they told me I killed a man, I don't think I killed the guy. That doesn't seem like me. And they said, well, you said that you're gonna right before you said it, you said if Elon Musk doesn't make my movie, I'm gonna kill myself. I go, oh God, I did it. Didn't I do it? I did it. I must have done it. That's me. Who else would say that? All right, so yeah, let's move this train along.
Well,
suicide train.
Suicide train. Well, I hope we do make it to the moon because we could fix this place up a little bit. You want new socks? Yeah.
Okay, we really need to get a fucking board.
What?
You did a good job. It's fine. It's like we need a board. I can't be that kind of guy. I can't be the kind of podcaster or whatever where it's like we're gonna pretend to transition. We have a broad list of like just so we know we have enough stuff to talk about. But I need to have a copy here. I can't. It's not your fault. You did good. But I can't be doing this. And you want new socks, don't you?
It's like Comics Unleashed.
Yeah.
So Ray, you want new socks?
Funny you mentioned that. Yeah. Even though I address it, I feel fraudulently talking about it. But no, this is.
Do you want to talk about the meat flies instead? The fly meat?
Stop! You're gonna ruin it all. I'll try to remember what the topics are. I can't do that. I need a list.
That's one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen in my life.
All right, we'll talk about that. But we'll come back to this. The socks are a thing. I'll bring it up because it's something I'm thinking about doing. Teasing for no purpose. There's no ads. There's no nothing. People still hear. It's teasing.
But no, I want you to tell the people what you did.
Well, first of all, tell them what you did. Let's not play this game. So
I made a very common domestic mistake of leaving some fruit.
Your baby in the fridge. Yeah. Sure. Tantamount to that.
I shook her baby to death.
Yeah. It's a common domestic mistake.
Yeah.
Lucie enjoys her apples.
Yeah.
Immensely. And so much so that she left a few just on. We have how do you describe it? It's like a basket you screw into the wall.
Yeah, we have a fruit basket.
Fruit basket. And Lucie just stacked a bunch of fruit on top of each other. And it started to rot. And I guess the smell didn't bother Lucie. And I finally found, I had to go Sherlocking around, trying to find the source of this reek of smell. Because I noticed there was fruit flies around. Why are there fruit flies? But you live in an apartment in New York, sometimes, in the summer especially, I've noticed the flies, they come from the basement. And it's like, there's only so much you can do. We bought a buzzer from Amazon, what do you call it? Bzz, that thing. It broke after one fly. Got one fly and then it broke. But no, in this case, I can't blame the basement because I found a bunch. Is that the term for apples or a bushel? It might have been a bushel of apples in a bag, rotting. Much like when I was a kid, we had crab apple trees in my backyard. I had to mow the lawn, and they would just be on the floor, disgusting. It's what I always say. There's a difference between a summer decomp and a winter decomp. Like a winter decomp that you find, someone who's a shut-in, who died and their family wasn't around, or maybe they were abusive and deserved this treatment, whatever, or did or not. But look, there's a lot of pain in this country. We discussed this. So you kind of slowly rot, and you kind of turn into a swamp thing, looking almost like green. And you blow up to twice your size with gas. Your scrotum can be the size of a basketball. I kid you not, with just the gases. That's one way you have a decomposed thing. But sometimes someone rots much more quickly in the summer sun. And if you catch them before they go skeleton, it's much like the apples that I found in our fruit basket. This kind of, red flesh with the flies. That's what you did. Okay? When we're going to talk about the most disgusting things that someone has done, that's what you did. You brought the equivalent of a rotting corpse into our house. So I ordered some fly paper from Amazon, being the industrious boy that I am.
Which is wonderful.
Yeah, look, it's a thing. If you don't know what it is, it's a sticky tape, basically. It's made, and it's just the flies come to it. I think over time they start to come to it more because they recognize their friends. At first, it'll take a while to get the first one and the second one. But after a while, they'll start to be like, oh, hey, what's up, buddy? Oh, fuck. But they weren't going for it. And I had a gyro salad that I hadn't finished.
Well, first,
Yeah.
You came up with an innovation that I actually thought was pretty clever.
Okay.
So I encouraged this in part.
Sure.
Because you started putting sugar on the
Right. I threw some sugar onto the tape.
Which actually, like, I think it may have attracted more than we would have gotten otherwise.
It may. It didn't seem to work that well.
It was all right though. It's like okay.
If it worked, I probably wouldn't have escalated. But what I ended up doing was, look, okay, so I took a piece of the gyro meat and I attached it to the tape, and then I took a piece of feta cheese and I attached it to a different part of the fly paper.
I didn't know cheese was brought into.
You didn't
this
see the feta on top?
I did see the feta.
Do you think we should do a giveaway where we give this away? Maybe we need to give us time so it becomes a classic bit. What is that? Who's ringing my bell?
Go away.
Ignore it. Figure your own way in. Did we order something? Doesn't matter.
I think so.
This is some fan. This is Elon Musk coming, or Jordan Belfort, trying to connect with you. So I attached a piece of feta and a piece of Greek gyro meat.
There are little squares of gray meat just dangling off of the tape.
Well, the meat got a little gray over time. It's fine.
And I'm pretty sure. And at that point, I think you're starting to get a little bit. Now it's 50-50. Maybe the flies go for the meat and get stuck. Mm-hmm. Maybe they're like, ooh, piece of meat. The flies are very small traditionally.
Well, these are fruit flies. They're very small flies.
So maybe you just land on the meat. You have a meal, you lay some eggs.
No, I've seen
them.
They land on the meat.
And we've got more.
They're just landing on the meat.
You gave them like
a platform.
A wonderful meal and a fucking birthing bed for their eggs.
Well, I don't know if they don't eggs, they're maggots. They make maggots.
For their maggots.
Yeah. Oh, all right. If I start seeing maggots come out of the gyro meat, I guess, look, so why didn't you say something? I had no idea you had a problem with this until now. I brought it up as a topic just because it's kind of funny.
It would be like trying to talk down a madman at that point. You were on a mission, a Dr. Frankenstein.
Well, look, I might have accused you of undermining me and basically insinuated it was your fault to begin with. Mm-hmm. And yeah, you didn't really want to face that. This is all your fault.
There are no heroes in this story.
Yeah, much like the Wall Street bets. There's no hero. Actually, no. In that case, there are heroes. We're on the side of the heroes. You can't prove otherwise.
Hold.
What is it again?
The door.
Hold the door.
Hold the door.
Hold the door. So yeah, what are we gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about these flies?
Look, I think fly paper that comes automatically with some utility. Like this is a proper invention that somebody made, and it's effective. I don't think.
Well, look, if they could ship it,
taping a whole fly buffet to it is necessary.
If it was feasible to tape gyro meat in the production process, they might. But that's just not feasible. You mean, it's going to be rotten by the time you get it. What does that do anyone?
Yeah.
Just
this
like
is another project for Elon Musk.
Just like Duncan Hines, they could add an egg to the cake before it gets to you, but wouldn't be good. No. Wouldn't be good. They could put the chocolate milk together. I think they do that, don't they? They put the chocolate and milk together. They ship it that way.
I think some companies do.
But you can't put gyro meat in a fly tape. That's just, you can do that with chocolate and milk. You can't do that with fly paper and gyro meat.
I'm sure Elon Musk could do it.
Well, look, Elon Musk, we got another task for you, right? You
find a way to attach space meat, maybe a kind of space meat.
Remember that space ice cream?
Oh, yeah, I do remember the space ice cream.
Yeah, it's kind of gross. Even just now, I don't get freaked out by things, but I do get that kind of cold, like, thinking about biting. Maybe it's because I have teeth issues. But biting chalky. Oh, I can't even think of it. Wow. I would, if I saw myself doing this, I would punch me. Wow, I'm really having a visceral reaction trying to even think about biting into that. Ooh, I need new teeth. Imagine me just fucking just still trying to muscle through it though, like oh god, oh, delicious. A fat pig, just fucking breaking my hit my own teeth with a hammer so I can eat space ice cream.
Prancing around in your new knee socks, eating space ice cream.
I don't have knee socks. Or let's get this straight. 'Cause now people are gonna think I have knee socks. I bought the same ankle socks I buy. I bought 3 packs of. I haven't bought new socks in a while. I bought 3 packs of new socks. I bought 3 packs of new underwear. I threw all my old underwear and socks out, so I don't have to go digging around for which ones the good ones and the bad ones. Whatever. I enjoy that luxury now for a while. I'm not saying, but I'm thinking this is the thing. Frank Sinatra. What? Why is it already?
I just really want to hear what you're about to say.
Frank Sinatra, I've heard this anecdote before, never wore a pair of socks more than once. And I first heard that, I'm like, what is he, Howard Hughes? Because I don't know any other facts about it. I just know that's the case. He just never wore a pair of socks more than once. He would throw them out, right in the garbage. And I thought about it, it was like disgusted. I always, anyone time you hear about someone's indulgence like that, you're like, what a scumbag. Why? Who needs to do that? But as I thought about it for like really quickly for 1 minute, and I was in like high school probably or something when I heard this. I'm like, you know what? You're a rich guy. New socks are nice. They're more cushiony. I mean, if I had money, I would totally do that. And I think in that point in my life, because I'm not rich, not even close, but I think I underestimated how much money you would need to do that. Now, maybe, Sinatra is buying better socks than me. That's possible. But I think I could afford to buy new socks every day.
Right now?
Yeah. A 6-pack of socks is like $10. So that means that 18, wait, hold on. It would be more than I want to spend. But you think about what Netflix costs, Hulu costs, gyros that I buy and put onto fly traps. It's something attainable is my point. What would it be, like 20, like $50 a month? Less than $50 a month, which is stupid. It's a stupid investment. But I could do it. And look, I'm just saying, what does it do for you to have an indulgence like that? To say, I never wear because I could say that then. I could say, I never wear a pair of socks more than once. Just like Frank Sinatra, by the way. And people go, what do you mean? You just throw them out? Just throw them out. What do you buy? Really cheap socks? No, reasonably priced socks. I spend about $50 a month, if you're curious about the price. Really? Yes.
Who do you imagine, where do you imagine yourself having this conversation, and who do you imagine having it with? Like, who's the person who's impressed by this?
Someone I picture myself next to a pool in the backyard at a barbecue. Not by a pool, probably, because I spend all my money on socks. But someone I picture someone being incredulous, but subtly incredulous, and kind of like intrigued though, and going, and maybe there's something to this guy, and I feel like it could get me rich and wealthy friends, powerful friends. Like, not right away, but like that guy tells other people, I met this guy, fat psycho, very aggressive, waves a knife around sometimes, spits a lot, talks weird, never wears a pair of socks more than once. Oh, I've heard Sinatra does that. Yeah, he mentioned that right away. Part of his whole shtick was bringing up Sinatra over and over again. But still, there's something about this guy. Maybe we should give him money. Maybe we should give him nice foods. And go to strip clubs with him. And we're out there. We have money. Why? Let's cover his strip club fee. I can live high in the hog. When you go out with rich people, you just kind of go, I'm with him. What are they going to say? No, he's not. Yeah, look, because these are like, I'm just saying, I could do something with this whole sock thing.
So do you imagine that they're giving you money to like see where the sock thing goes? Or are they just giving you money for being a cool guy who's bold and never wears the same socks twice.
Okay, maybe I have to combine it with so I'm talking and I'm holding court about the socks with a bunch of people, and I let it suddenly drop one point. And by the way, I'm really broke. Really thinking about killing myself. Just purely, not even depressed, just purely because I'm financially in dire straits. So Natural also did this, by the way, with the socks. And I guess they would probably go, well, why don't you just stop, wasting your money on socks? They go, that's how good the socks are. Fresh socks every day. I'd rather be dead in front of my children. I'd rather my children find my body with my head blown off on Christmas morning instead of presents than to wear a pair of socks more than once. And they admire the commitment, the follow through. They admire, I think, the irrationality of it, the kind of eccentric, that's his line in the sand. He, not the livelihood of his children, the socks. They get that. People who succeed have to be a little bit like that, so they'll get it. You might not get it because you're off letting apples rot and blaming me for the solutions I come up with. But these people, powerful, rich people. What's your counterpoint?
Well, I'm sure.
How are you going to belittle my dreams?
No, I do think you're right that they probably do like the kind of bold material. They probably would respond to like the bold materialism of like, I'd rather my kids starve than degrade myself by wearing the same pair of socks 2 days in a row.
I agree.
Or even within a week of each other.
A week? I mean,
I think there's a logic there where it's like, it probably would be intriguing.
Yeah.
Once they found out the financial dire straits you were in.
They'd want to help.
They'd want to help.
Yeah. By the way, I've lost a lot of money on stocks. Not stocks involved with this Wall Street bets, other stocks I stupidly bought. Because I tried to outsmart the Wall Street bets boys. And you know how that goes. You're on the wrong side of history if you do that. And I am.
My only issue.
I could really use some money. But these socks, by the way, try the sock thing out. It is great, but I could really use some cash. My kids are starving today. Literally. I haven't fed them in weeks. They might be dead. You want to come to my place and see if my kids are dead?
This is an interesting.
I can't bear to look. I mean, I can't go in their room. They might be. Can you help me? Can you do as a friend?
Just look for me.
Just look.
I can't stand to see him like that.
Peek your head in, please. No, we're friends we're friends now. Come on. I know you're telling people about me. Using me as some kind of oddball. This is the price. This is the price you pay for that.
This is an interesting turnabout for you because you were just earlier today insisting. Right now, look, obviously, you never want to end up in a situation where your family might end up having to move out of their home or like spend a few nights camping out in the car. But you were insistent.
Well, look, we watched The Big Short. We're just in a financial kick this weekend. I watched Too Big to Fail on Friday. We watched The Big Short yesterday.
It's been Wall Street week.
We watched Wall Street this morning.
Yeah.
And I saw that the family, if you've seen The Big Short, the guy that when they first go to Florida, Steve Carell's team, they go see that guy and he's like, I've been paying my rent. Is my landlord not paying my rent? Like, you should talk to him. You should. At the end of the movie, after all the financial collapse, you see that guy. And we couldn't tell at first if he had his family had to move them and the car was packed or if they were living in the car. And I think I was being pretty callous. And I just said I would never let my family live in a car. But not because I love them. What did I say? Do you remember?
You said, I was like, well, it's because I was saying as a counter argument.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I was like, well, what if it's between that and being on the street? You'd rather them sleep in a car for a few nights.
But I told you I had a plan. That's right, because I have a plan.
And
it involved I don't know if it was kidnap. I would have to shoot a pregnant woman in the face. I would go to a pregnant woman, rich pregnant woman, and I would have to like hold her up for money instead of letting my kids die. And then you kept going, oh, you go to jail. And I didn't want to lose the argument. So I said I would shoot the pregnant woman. And then, well, you got to kill a kid. And I was like, well, I'm not going to kill the kid. I'm not going to shoot the kid. I'm just going to let it, it might die on its own.
It might definitely die on its own. For a second, I was so confused by that I thought you were saying that you were going to hold on to the pregnant woman until the baby was born. Maybe even assist.
What, like this is Ryan Phillippe's waved the gun?
So that you could then kill her without killing the baby. But no, you're just like, I don't accept direct responsibility for that baby's death. Right.
Well, look, you kind of forced the issue. Because all I was saying is I would just rob a rich pregnant woman and you go to jail and you had no confidence. I was so annoyed you had no confidence in my ability to rob a pregnant woman.
Look,
I would wear a mask, but whatever. But I was just my gut reaction was like, fine, I'll kill her then. There's no witnesses.
I just didn't understand why it had to be a pregnant woman
because they're slower.
Considering that doing pretty much anything untoward towards a pregnant woman is probably like particularly stigmatized.
Unless you give them an abortion. Am I right? Am I right? Ladies, am I right?
I wasn't casting aspersions on you as a thief. I think you could be a thief if you wanted to.
Well, a stick up, a strong arm thief.
But you insisted that
strong arm thief against pregnant women. I'm not saying I'm going to steal like some the Hope Diamond. I'm not a jewel thief. I'm not a cat burglar. But I think I could shove a gun in a pregnant woman's face and get away with it.
But why not just a person's face? Why not just any person's face?
I mean, the odds of a pregnant woman being able to do jujitsu on me, for instance, it's lower. Even if they know it, harder.
Right.
Because I feel like even like who's the one who's the champion, the woman champion.
Right now?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Whatever. Why don't people watch women's sports? I did a video on her, though. I forget. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Point is, her, if she's pregnant, she's going to be like, I could, this fat fuck, I'll triangle choke him, arm bar his fat arm, make him hurt. But, I got this baby, so maybe I won't do that. And that hesitation, I'll take advantage of the hesitation because she was, I wouldn't even put the gun at that point. I'd just be like, hello. And she's already thinking about, doing jujitsu on me. But at that moment of hesitation where she's like, I got a baby to worry about, gun comes out. And then it's like, now, if she wasn't pregnant, kicks me. Is that jujitsu kicking?
Now, so in the world you live in, there are, the only two types of people who exist is there are pregnant women.
Yeah.
And there's everyone else who are all trained martial artists.
They could very well be. You never know. You never know. You get into a road rage situation, you never know if this guy is some look, there's how many guys in the UFC? Millions? Probably closer to thousands, right? Maybe hundreds. I don't know. But how many guys are trying to get in the UFC? And some of them might be better fighters than me. These guys are all just maniacs with roid rage. They were kept out of the UFC because of roids. And then what do you think they do? They go work at Wall Street? Some of them. But, some of them, I end up in road rage situations with me. So I got to be careful. Because, I'm not afraid of people. But that guy might have the upper hand on me.
I guess that's true.
So, but a pregnant woman? Less likely.
I suppose that's true. Though, do you remember the other group of people who you insisted that it would be a good idea to rob?
I don't.
It was, I believe, pregnant women.
Yeah.
Was number one. And number two were...
the police.
The police.
Yeah.
Police officers.
Look, they'd be the last people expecting to get robbed.
Honestly, that is a good point.
Thank you. They have the guard down, because who's going to rob the cops? Me. Boom. And look, I don't
If you did that and you pulled it off, you could be the next big guy. You could be the next Jesse James.
I get away with it this way. I would set the entire block on fire as an arson to rob one cop's house. So it's look, I'm not the most skilled. But like, I'm trying to feed my family here and keep them out of a car. Keep them from living in the car. That's what you fail to understand. You reduce to a pregnant woman? Not at the moment, because we don't have kids. And I'm not like above, like, we're not above living in the car if we have to.
Yeah.
We're doing okay at the moment. But I'm not going to, go strong arm rob a pregnant woman for like us to not live in the car, but not my kids. I mean, what are we doing? Whatever happened to taking care of your kids in this country? This used to be a country where if I said this, people would call me a hero. And now I'm not a hero. I'm some kind of villain because I burned down an entire block of houses. Maybe if the government doesn't want me to burn an entire block of houses down, they should have done something to keep me in the house. All right?
See, this is exactly what the Wall Street Bets crew is fighting for.
Right.
This is the image of America that they're fighting for.
Right. They're heroes, but somehow this is not.
Right.
We have to be, if nothing else, consistent. That,
for your right to commit insane acts of chaos and carnage.
For the children.
For the children.
Yeah. I think so. I just never, yeah. I mean, what would you do?
I mean, look, I would probably
just let them drink gasoline out of the fucking
I could see
gas
myself.
tank?
I could see myself panhandling. I could see myself committing. I could see myself doing illegal things.
I could see you getting a big straw, the biggest straw I've ever seen in my life, and going, "Hey kids, why don't you drink out of this gas tank? This is your life now." That's just, just like, oh, Mom, I'm bored. Why don't you put your mouth on the muffler? See what that feels like.
We're all going to take a long nap now.
Maybe we'll just, this is my impression of Lucie. You be a kid and say something. Something that, to the effect of like, why are we living in a car?
Mommy, why do we have to live in the car?
Well, maybe I'll park it inside and leave it on, and then I'll tell you. I'll park it inside a small garage and leave it on, and then you'll know. By the way, my name is Lucie. Just to be clear, this is Lucie saying that.
Yeah.
That's
weird because it sounds exactly like something you would say.
It couldn't be because I was out putting a gun in the pregnant woman's face, trying to keep this family together. Because I know I had that countdown clock in my head. Like I gotta do whatever it takes because Lucie's gonna put these kids in the garage real soon. No, to be full disclaimer, I've never thought that Lucie or you, but for the people out there, Lucie was ever someone who would kill her own kids.
Thank you. It sounds so much worse when you clarify that. Wait a minute, is she?
I have no reason to think that.
I have never seen any evidence in the affirmative or to the contrary.
Yeah. I have no proof that she would do that. But yeah, was there anything else you want to awkwardly transition into?
I thought the last one was pretty good.
Which one?
I thought the last transition was pretty good. You didn't even seem to notice.
But I still clarified that like what it was. It's just maybe it's me. I can't go out on a date and just pretend like I don't want to fuck women. I can't. That's a weird thing to say. I'm not good at like the fake thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not good at like being the fucking networking guy. Like, oh yeah, let's talk. Yeah, I'm not smooth like a butter knife.
Smooth.
Whatever. I'm just saying, like, I have to be real.
Some might think that you do it, you try to make a habit of it, so it becomes more natural over time. But you would like us to have a board. Do you want us? Maybe we should just do this podcast in tracks.
What?
Maybe we should just have a track. We should release an album for each podcast. And each part of the podcast has its own little track.
Like vinyl?
We can name them.
You're describing like a weird. This is like NPR.
We'll only distribute it on vinyl. This could be a new business model.
What's the new word for hipsters? Just scum? Kamala Harris's daughter? Whatever. You see this Twitter world seems to be posting these pictures of Kamala Harris's daughter, stepdaughter. You seen these?
Oh, are people posting pictures of her?
Yeah, she's wearing bizarre clothes. They signed her as a model. This is the worst kid I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, that's strange.
Terrible kid.
Like now, like post inauguration, they signed her as a model.
Yeah. And people, and then like,
No
look,
good.
it's the whole gamut, of course, now because people are like, this is celebrating. It's a different kind of model, and then people are like, well, she's a rich white girl. It's not,
Right.
which is fair, but it's also she's not fat, she's not this, and it's like, but also this kid's the worst. So like, I don't know whose side to be on anywhere. It's like it's just like, can we just?
No, most models have actually had most models, like even of the ones who make it. Like, they might be, like, some of the more, like, honest success stories. They're just, like, getting, they come over from, like, Romania and
There's that one guy who was
getting
like,
fucked with. And then, like, one day they make it to, the 8th spot on America's Next Top Model. And, and they're good. They
didn't
have a
that guy with the nice eyes bludgeoning some children or something, and then he became a model?
Wait, what?
There was that, like, criminal model, wasn't he? Like, it was his mugshot. Famously. Like, he had piercing blue eyes, and he became a model. Yeah, that guy, right?
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, look at the second picture in the bottom. Yeah, look at the next.
Oh,
one.
this guy. Oh,
Yeah.
Wow. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's a beautiful guy. He had a
Jeremy
mugshot.
Meeks.
Yeah, he's a mugshot, and
That can't be a real mugshot. That's too well lit.
it's not that. You put a ring light on a camera, and we get that.
I guess so. That looks a little bit more realistic.
Yeah,
He does have piercing blue eyes.
All right, why don't you go? What's his rap sheet? What did he do? Oh, he just put
Well, I don't know.
all of a sudden, it's fine to put a gun in a pregnant woman's face. That's fine. That's fair play. When Meeks does it. All right. Well, this has been fun. We're gonna see you guys next week, and hopefully, we don't have a horror story to tell. Hopefully, it's gonna be like the end of The Big Short. We're gonna be pulling chairs out of Goldman Sachs.
We're going to be wearing diamonds.
Oh man, if we're wearing diamonds, we'll give one away. Maybe if we're wearing like a sweeping robe of diamonds. Imagine the things we'll buy. Just socks, just tons of socks. Yeah, no, but follow Lucie at the Steinbag on Twitter and Instagram. You can follow me at Ray Kump. Sign up for the Patreon. $5 a month gets you an extra episode every week. There's the Kump Dump tier, the $20 tier. You get an extra video episode once a month. That's coming this week, I believe. We're doing it, but yeah, it's a whole the age of Kump content. It's growing, and yeah. So see you guys soon. Have a great week.